We are very sorry. We are very sorry. We are just going come. It's just because of the network. Because so the people that want to watch us on the YouTube can have the chance to watch us live on YouTube. That is why. But everything is okay. Everything is fine now. You can join us on our YouTube. You can join us on our YouTube right now. We are live on the YouTube right now. We are live on the YouTube. All what you need is Him. I can't lie to you. You don't need anything except Him. All what you need is Him alone. If anybody tell you need something beside you, you need something to no. You can't. YaHuAH, the creator you are serving, is a very jealous creator. Is a very jealous YaHuAH. That is why He said what? You can't serve Him with other mighty one. Is it that you choose to serve Him or you choose not to serve Him? You can't join Him together. No, you can't join Him together. That is why we are telling you, if you want to serve Him, you have to choose Him alone, not serving Him with other mighty one. Our program for today, our topic for today, what we are about to share with you is a very big topic.
YaHuAH is my refuge, I fear no night. No arrow in darkness will cause me fright. Shouting will not harm me, His truth is my shield. By His word I stand firm, I will not yield. They whisper with terror, yet they cannot stay. For YaHuAH rebukes them and drives them away. His name is my tower, I run and I'm safe. Protected by power, no evil can fade. YaHuAH guards me, I call on His name. Shouting, flee quickly, they cannot remain. He keeps me safe, in Him I am free. Refuge and deliverer, YaHuAH guards me. They tremble before Him and scatter in fear, for He casts them out whenever He draws near.
This is the message from our brother from Truth and Edited. Truth and Edited is a very, very beautiful message. It's a very beautiful message that we all have to know, that we all have to listen to. Please, I want you to do something. I want you to share to people and call everybody that we are live. Right now there is message. There is a message that we have to know. This message is very important for everybody to know. This is the Righteousness Radio. Please, we are getting improved little by little. If you have any difficulties to listen to us, please, we are very sorry. We are very sorry. We are trying our best. And we know that we can't do it alone. That is why we leave everything for what? For the owner. He's the only one that can help us to do everything correctly. And little by little, you will enjoy it very well. But let me tell you something, the word of the Most High YaHuAH doesn't change. No, the word of the Most High YaHuAH doesn't change. It starts the same way.
Of the wicked are set up in vain. The idols of nations have breathless deceit. They cannot deliver nor stand on their feet. But YaHuAH alone is mighty to save.
All what you need is Him and His word only. That is all what you need.
His light makes
if anybody tell you need something else, is a lie. Because I've tested Him and I know what He can do. The only thing that can cause problem is serving Him with all the mighty one, which He doesn't accept to serve Him with all the mighty one. You have to choose between Him or who you want to serve. Let me tell you something. YaHuAH give us a free chance to choose. A free chance to choose. You can can choose anything you like. That is why I love him. I love to serve him. He is not going to tell you you have to do this. No. You can choose anything you like. I choose what I like. That is why I'm here. You too, you can choose your own. But what it depends on what you choose. That is the result you are going to have. You can't plant a pepper and go there the second day and said you want to harvest an apple. It's not possible. And you can't plant an apple and go there the second day and said you want to harvest a pineapple, because they sound the same way. Apple, pineapple is not possible. That is a different tree. That is why you have to choose what you want to do, who you want to serve. This is a free choice for you. But I want you to choose wisely. Yes, I want you to sit down and enjoy today's program. Very well and share to people.
Are you ready for a new world order?
Since Charlie Kirk's death, with the name of his organization being rightly called Turning Point, I have felt this in my spirit that we are at a turning point. We are moving towards a point of no return, and many people are being solidified in their place on where they will fall in this whole agenda. I truly feel that change is on the way, and it is what everyone is doing right now that matters the most. Your job or career, it does not matter. Your education, your financial goals, your relationship goals, none of those things matter. The only thing that matters is how much you are attaching yourself to our Father and His will. And because the devil knows this is why so many of these other things that are distracting us exist. It's to keep us distracted and focused on everything else until the rug is pulled out from beneath us. But if you are focused, since Charlie Kirk's death, with the name of his organization being rightly called Turning Point, I have felt this in my spirit that we are at a turning point. I went through a lot. We are moving towards a point of no return, and many people are being solidified in their place on where they will fall. I haven't been in the church in many years, and I truly feel that change is on the way, and it is what everyone is doing right now that matters the most. Your job or career, it does not matter. Your education, your financial goals, your relationship goals, none of those things matter. The only thing that matters is how much you are attaching yourself to our Father and His will. And because the devil knows this is why so many of these other things that are distracting us exist. It's to keep us distracted and focused on everything else until the rug is pulled out from beneath us. But if you are focused and you see what time it is in this world, you will be ready for what's coming. As I recently made these videos exposing the agenda about the rapture, I went through a lot of provoking hours listening to pastors preaching foolishness.
Rapture drill.
I haven't been in the churches in many years, and I stopped listening to these sermons. So when I started actually listening today with fresh eyes and ears with discernment, these men, to me, they were obvious wolves. It was clear that they are directing their flock towards the beast. Understanding the agenda is clear where they're leading people. They were literally twisting the scriptures and leaving out a great deal of other scriptures just so they could promote a narrative that they wanted people to be attached to. I recently just made a video about how we can all test them. And so if we just put this into practice and started caring about our soul and our Father's kingdom more than we were about protecting man, it would be easier to protect yourself from these agendas. There are just so many other things happening right now, though. With Trump and this fake peace that they're working towards, while at the same time escalating war with Russia and Ukraine, and the trade war with China, while we have men like Mitchell having these Christian events that the Hebrew Israelites chose in order to draw attention to themselves. I mean, they're coming out marching like that has anything to do with our Father and His kingdom. None of that has anything to do with truth. It's just about attention. I mean, when you look at the world, it's just falsehoods and agendas, and the overwhelming majority are falling for it. As I've been covering falsehoods and explaining these things, there have been many people that are being awakened to the lies, and there are many questions people are asking. And the biggest question most people are asking is, where would one start? And that's a good question. I mean, we are all in different phases of our faith and understanding. And when making these videos, I could jump to this agenda or that agenda and point things out. But if you don't truly understand what it is that you're seeing and why it's happening, you may be confused. Also, with many of you raising your children, some of them are getting older and they see changes that you're making with your family and they don't truly understand why. When someone asked me where would they start with these videos, I thought it was a big question, and I realized that this ministry was not properly set up to direct that answer. I don't know the full events that's going to happen in the near future, like what the timeline is of their full narrative. I don't know how much time we have before they move to the next leg of this agenda. But I do know that there are people waking up and they are confused. Let me say this very clearly, that you will not gain full understanding until you really start reading the Bible for yourself. That is the beginning of any true awakening. Read it from the beginning, starting in Genesis. But I believe that as a supplement to that, I can help make sense of it all. And so I want to start a new series to help people understand what is truly wrong in this world. But not only what's wrong, but also what the truth is as well. So it's going to consist of a lot of what is wrong and also a lot of what is right. I want to help bring clarity where there is a great deal of confusion. My hope is that this can be a tool for those of you trying to grow more in your understanding, those of you that are trying to help their family and your friends, and just many that our Father is calling right now, and you don't know what to do or where to start. In these last days, if there's a playlist that can walk someone through it all, I think it will be extremely important. So this is what I'm going to do. I want this to be a resource for all who are trying to wake up and understand what it is that's happening in this world. So we are now going to start a series that I pray helps wake people up and strengthens anyone trying to prepare themselves for the coming kingdom of YaHuAH. So we are going to discuss what is wrong with this world. Let's begin. Okay, so let's get started. When I was starting this series, I was truly wondering where I would start in this discussion. And there are two important parts, and so that's where I'm going to begin. I think to really start this discussion from the ground floor, we need to start with what it is that you're seeing in this world right now, the main agenda. I want you to understand the times that you're in and what's happening. The world is moving fast towards change, moving towards a reset that will change the world forever. We are in a period of time that is calling for massive change, but it seems that unless you are awake, you are not able to see it coming. It is absolutely alarming to me the amount of people that I see that are just asleep and unaware, going about their normal lives, oblivious to what is coming to the world that will affect them in ways that have not been imagined. And right now, it seems very much like the agendas have shifted. Change is upon this world, but unfortunately, it seems that the masses will not be ready for it until it affects them directly. And then at that time, they won't have enough time to react in a way that will limit their exposure to it. Right now in the United States here, we're in a government shutdown. And I've asked people, what do they think about it? And most people say they're not really giving it much thought. The reason they're not giving it much thought is because it's not affecting them. But the current government of the country that you live in is currently not operating. These things should matter to you. But to most people, it does not matter to them because it doesn't directly affect them right now. They only care about what affects them directly at that point. And because of that, when all the agendas come together, they're not going to be ready for it because they're going to be reactive. And to be ready for what is happening in this world, you must be proactive. Because people are not preparing themselves, they will be forced to transition in any way that the agenda was planned for them, depending on where they are in this world. The world is moving towards a new world order, a complete shift in the way that the world was once led. A topic that was once a phrase that was toxic to people. I mean, when you used to bring it up, people often got mad with you, called you a conspiracy theorist, they called you crazy or wrote you off, etc., etc. People did not want to hear about this topic. But now, because it's said in a slightly different way, people are actually embracing it and asking for it. I want you to take a look at all the headlines recently about a new world order. From The Guardian. More than a narcissist rant, Trump's UN address marked a disturbing turn towards a new world order. Politico. a month ago. China shapes a new world order. CNN, Xi unveils vision of new world order alongside Putin and Kim. This was actually a video. It's all right before us, right in our faces. The events that are transpiring right now are all leading towards a great reset that will bring in a new world order. And if you do not understand what this agenda is all about, you will never understand the point of the awakening. You must understand that world leaders, the business leaders, your religious leaders, social leaders, they have all spoken about working towards this goal of a new world order. So what is a new world order? The first thing you must understand is that in regards to this new world order, there is a secular agenda and then there is a religious agenda. We will first cover the secular first that will lead to the religious agenda. So let me first say what the secular agenda is not. It's not about moving another country into the driver's seat of the world. Like for instance, it's not about moving one country out of leadership so another country can be the leader. Like it's not about Russia or China looking to be the new leader of the world order. It's not about BRICS running the world. Nothing like that. Even though this is clearly how some news frames it. That is not what the agenda is about. So understanding the secular agenda, we need to understand what the current world order is. I mean, you can't have a new world order without having something to replace. So what is the current world order? In the secular, the current world order is run by the United States. This is confirmed by an article made a few years back by the Wall Street Journal. The headline, it reads, Putin address takes swipe at US-led world order. So right now, it's very clear that the United States is the world power in control of this current world order. They have been the ones that have set the terms for all the countries in the world. They have established the most military bases in the world. Their currency, the United States dollar, is known as King Dollar. It holds people in the world for over 50 years. If you go internationally, they often would prefer the United States dollar compared to their own currency, definitely with the exclusion being Europe. Anyway, the United States leadership is the current world order. So it is obvious that in this coming new world order, the United States will no longer be in that leadership role. Again, it wouldn't be new if it was still the same.
We knew that despite all the diplomacy and the handshaking and the rhetoric, that to build a really better world sometimes means having to tear the old one down.
The new world order that will be established will come after the great reset of all things. Former executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, he wrote a book. It was called COVID-19, The Great Reset. And in this book, he went over all the factors of society that will be reset. There is an economic reset, a societal reset, a geopolitical reset, an environmental reset, and a technological reset. Please understand that they do not hide nor shield their intentions. They just put it in books that the mind-controlled, distracted public, they do not read. To show you what I mean, let me take an excerpt from the book in page 72 in regards to the fate of the United States dollar. He writes, for decades, the United States has enjoyed the exorbitant privilege of retaining the global currency reserve, a status that has long been a perk of imperial might and economic elixir. To a considerable extent, American power and prosperity have been built and reinforced by the global trust in the dollar and the willingness of customers abroad to hold it, most often in the form of United States government bonds. For quite some time, some analysts and policymakers have been considering a possible and progressive end to the dominance of the dollar. This argument suggests that something major will therefore have to change, either through a much reduced geopolitical role or higher taxation, or both. After all, the status of reserve currency cannot last longer than foreign confidence in the ability of the holder to honor its payments. The United States must maintain an economy that inspires global credibility and confidence. Failure to do so will, over time, put the US dollar's position in peril. I show you this for you to understand that this is not hidden. They all understand this. This is not something that is beyond world leaders.
Are you ready for a new world order?
Donald Trump is actually the final leg of this whole agenda that Klaus Schwab wrote about. We are at the point now where he wrote, this argument suggests that something major will therefore have to change, either through a much reduced geopolitical role or higher taxation or both. Otherwise, the rising deficit will reach a threshold beyond which non-US investors are unwilling to fund it. After all, the status of reserve currency cannot last longer than foreign confidence in the ability of the holder to honor its payments. As for a global virtual currency, there is none in sight yet, but there are attempts to launch national digital currencies that may eventually dethrone the US dollar supremacy. And that was back during the COVID-19 era. At this point, all the countries around the world are making their own national digital currencies. But this is what Donald Trump had to do in order to justify the rejection of the United States dollar, which is exactly what this trade war with China will bring about, which is why it's being had. This is about the challenge to the United States dollar reserve currency. This is one of the main reasons why the United States is in control of the world at this point. So anyways, the point is that the world order will be changing and reset. In regards to the economic reset, they do not wish the world to work under multiple currencies dependent and controlled by each nation. The world wants a world currency that prices everything in the world at the same value regardless of where you are. There will be a one world currency. In regards to a societal reset, they want to move the world to a complete socialistic style of government where there is only the rich and the poor. And to stop injustices and inequalities, our lives will be completely censored. In regards to geopolitical reset, this nationalism that places one country's needs above the rest of the world will not be tolerated any longer. It will be the world's best interest over one particular nation. In order to facilitate this, they will be moving to a one world government. The world will be run from a United Nations government, which is why we have seen the promotion of being global citizens. They do it every year. In regards to an environmental reset, the world will be run less about profits and earnings. The rich will stay rich. It will be less about profits and more about climate change. Everything will be tied to environmental sustainability. And in regards to a technological reset, the world will be moved into the metaverse where most of this world will transact and live out our lives daily. Everything will become digital. Your IDs, your money, your health records, everything will be digital. You have to understand, this is why when Donald Trump came back into office, he said his priorities is to make the United States an artificial intelligence and crypto capital of the world, just showing that this is where the world is moving to. This is how things will be reset and will form what we will see as a new world order. But again, that is the secular view. This is what the world will be moving directly towards after world conflict, nuclear war, and economic collapse. Basically, after all the first four seals are all removed. But again, that's the secular. That is not the main agenda of the New World Order. Those are just the major spokes on the wheel that will create the conditions for the true goal behind the New World Order. Remember, there is a secular agenda, but the most important agenda of the New World Order, it's religious. The real agenda behind a New World Order is much more darker than a shift in business, economics, or government. Even though none of what I mentioned earlier is minor, it's just not the main agenda. What a New World Order is, it's transitioning the world from being under the Judeo-Christian world order to a satanic Luciferian world order. Now listen, if you do understand the truth about who the people in Israel really are and that Christianity is really a religion of tares, you may ask, what is the difference? The difference is that right now people still feel like they're worshiping our Father YaHuAH, the God of the Bible. Even though they are very far from it, they still feel this way. The ultimate goal of this transition is moving the world from under the rule of the Most High, YaHuAH, to knowingly making Satan being worshipped as God. One of the biggest conspiracies you have in the Bible is found in Isaiah chapter 14, verses 13 and 14. In reference to Lucifer, it says, "For you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation on the farthest sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." Isaiah chapter 14, verses 13 through 14. Lucifer wants to be like the Most High, and this world agenda is about creating the conditions for him to be able to do so. That's the simple way of explaining it. He wants to place himself in priority over our Father in heaven. He wants to be who we refer to as the Most High. And though he knows he will not win, he is working in men through deception to achieve this goal. When we say what is wrong with the world, this is the main point of this conflict and what's wrong. This world is basically a playground for Satan to move the hearts of men away from the Most High and prove that the world likes his way more. And there is a complete agenda that Satan is walking us through in order to achieve this goal. He doesn't have the same power that YaHuAH, our true creator, has, so he had to move in darkness and deception in order to gather enough power to imitate the power of Yah. You see, he's not omniscient, which is having complete or unlimited knowledge, awareness, or understanding, perceiving all things. He's not omnipotent, which is having unlimited power, being able to do anything. And he's not omnipresent, meaning being present in all places at all times. So he is creating a world that he can imitate those qualities in his own false way. And understanding that will allow you to understand much of the structures that you're seeing built in this world, like why they're trying to track and monitor us all, to know what we're even thinking, and to be able to see everything happening everywhere, holding all the power of how the world works. It's very deep. But the main conflict is that Lucifer wants to be like the Most High. And we are in the middle of this conflict because our Father has not forced us to comply to him and worship him. And he has all giving us the power of choice. And so when we are discussing what is wrong with this world, this is the main premise of it all. We are going to talk about all of this and start from the beginning. But if you're going to be able to understand what it is that you're seeing, you must understand that the ultimate conflict is that the devil is challenging the Most High YaHuAH and desiring to steer the world into worship of himself. And so at the backdrop of everything that you're seeing, you have to ask yourself this one question. Is this leading me to YaHuAH, or is it leading me to Satan? And obviously, depending on your level of awareness right now, you might not be able to clearly discern this. But as we grow in breaking down these subjects, and as you review the world, you will be better able to discern what it is that you're seeing, and if certain people are truly leading you to our Father or leading you away from him. One of the main drivers of this goal for a New World Order is Freemasonry. To many people, this is just known as a secret society, but it is in fact a religion. It's probably the most powerful religion in this world in regards to influence, not true power. What you need to understand is that the goal of the religion of Freemasonry is to spread the light of Freemasonry to the world. You'll see many times they say, "Let there be light." So what is the light of Freemasonry? Well, you see, Lucifer is their god, and they are spreading his light to the world. The light of Freemasonry is the light of Lucifer. Freemasons have a goal of the ultimate defeat and extinction of evil. And you see, that goes back to Lucifer's whole goal of being like the Most High and ascending to his heights, because they believe that the true God of the Bible, YaHuAH, our Father, our Creator, they believe he is evil, and there is a mission to remove his influence from this world. They have been tasked with turning darkness into light, turning evil to good. You see, the Bible has prepared us for this and told us that this is exactly what Satan will do. The Apostle Paul warned us in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 14 and 15, and no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. Again, that's 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 14 and 15. But because people don't actually read and study their Bibles, they don't truly recognize this. You know, there's a song by John Legend who speaks of what will come when this New World Order comes. Back in the day, I used to hear it being played in certain stores, but I don't really hear it played that often. But in that song, he speaks on what he has done, and it just surprises me just how many people ignore what it is that he's actually saying. He's talking about being killed when it's over, so he doesn't want to think about that. That he did all that he could to turn darkness to light, he turned evil to good. But this song is played as a love song, is something great, when he is literally talking about what will happen to him when this agenda comes. I mean, it's literally the craziest thing if you just read those lyrics. I mean, I truly ask myself, what are other people hearing? He's just a small example of what these people have been doing for years, turning darkness to light and evil to good. Like Rihanna, in the real turning point of her career, she made her song Disturbia, and she said, it's like the darkness is the light. Again, they're turning darkness to light, evil to good.
When we've done all that we could to turn darkness into light, turn evil to good.
Again, they're turning darkness to light, evil to good, in order to bring about this coming New World Order. It did not just happen in the business world, it happened through everything. It happened in your social life. That's why everything is so evil. That's why our children today have no real morals or no real foundation.
Right now, obviously, all fuckers going to hell right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know.
That's why everything is tainted and so dark. It's because we're completely in a world that is moving towards worship of Satan. Just people that can't see it. They just think it's cultural change and they just think it's how a normal progression of change. But it's actually, they are moving the world to direct worship of Satan, and they're teaching people to turn darkness to light and light to darkness, to make good evil and make evil good. This is the main culture that's being spread in this current world today. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20 says, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. It's prophesied woe to them. And so you can understand that in the times to come, these people that are doing this and the people that accept this, they have major problems on their hand. What I am showing you is that there are men and women pushing darkness to the world, but calling it light. They believe that they are agents of light, though they are truly agents of darkness. They have pledged their life in devotion to Satan. And the actual true goal of this world is to be moved into a new world order where Satan is worshiped as God, moving this world into a one world religion. When people are focused on their future, this is the future that you're preparing for. And this is what a new world order truly is about. I mean, yeah, you can look at it like how the news might try to shape it and look at it as a secular conspiracy about people trying to gain more power or nations trying to gain more power, but it is far deeper than that. One thing you're going to have to understand when evaluating this world is that just like there are true believers in YaHuAH, our Father in heaven, who truly desire his kingdom, you must understand there are true believers and followers of Satan who believe in bringing about Satan's kingdom on earth. They are all amongst you in this world. You've probably shaken their hands, gone to their houses, supported their doctrines, voted for them. They are all amongst you. They talk about serving God, but is not the God of the Bible. This is all Bible prophecy, and you must understand why it's happening. The real truth in this world is that there are families with satanic bloodlines that Satan gave power to, the same power he tried to tempt YaHuAH with in the wilderness. Satan gave them this power in order to implement this agenda. They have and yield enormous, unimaginable power. These are the people behind the scenes, while they put people like the United States presidents or Putin or Xi in our faces to play as the ones with the power. They're not the ones with the power. These families worship Satan as God, and they are committed to bringing about the devil's dominion. There's a quote I often use from David Rockefeller's book, Memoir, in which he writes on page 405, "For more than a century, ideological extremists at either end of the political spectrum have seized upon well-publicized incidents, such as my encounter with Castro, to attack the Rockefeller family for the inordinate influence they claim we yield over American political and economic institutions. Some even believe we are part of a secret cabal working against the best interests of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalists, and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure. One world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty and I am proud of it." You know, what's funny, today this man is pretty much forgotten in our society. Actually, the family is just out of the limelight and most people don't even recognize that they even existed. But this family is a major reason and source of why the current way of life in America is the way it is. They built it. But let's get away from that from right now. I mean, just getting away from the fact that he admits that there is an agenda that he's working towards, I want you to ask yourself, why would this powerful man be proud of this and not shy away from it? You see, this goal that the simple-minded people of today call an unfounded conspiracy, this powerful man of a powerful family that has extreme amount of wealth writes in his memoir that he is proud of it. Why do you think that is? It's because it's his religious goals that he's working towards, and he is proud that he has been a part of bringing the satanic kingdom on earth. Because we as a society are not fully able to understand how people could truly worship Satan, we don't understand this enemy. These people, they look at believers of YaHuAH as the enemy. The true people of Israel truly are the enemy. But the main problem that you'll see is that many self-proclaimed Christians of today, the ones that they actually say that they're worshiping the God of the Bible, they actually ignore that Satanists even exist. And the reason why they ignore it is because in their churches, they're trained to ignore it, because the churches are also a part of this agenda. They are distracting people while allowing them to continue to be led to this New World Order. Listen, besides the obvious rocker or gothic type, we don't think of a successful businessman, a star or singer or actress, or even a politician. We don't think that they could actually be a worshiper and follower of Satan. We don't think of it, which leaves us vulnerable to their plots that they devise in secret. There are followers of Satan in every facet of our society. Most of the people that the public idolizes today have sold out to Satan in order to obtain their success. If you go back and look at any of the people that influence you, influence your children, the shows that you watch, any of the major things that you take in that's mainstream, you can more than often find a tie to Satan. There are many Satanists standing right on the altars in churches teaching the flocks a new form of righteousness that leads to Satan. Teachers in these churches teaching an agenda of end times Bible prophecy that leads to a satanic fulfillment of prophecy. This is what the New World Order is, and it is not a conspiracy theory, but a reality that is fast approaching. It's just that most people's eyes are not open up to it. They are working to collapse the world in order to bring in the new system and their coming savior that will be a major part in bringing about the world solution. But in order for him to come, they're going to push the world into chaos and conflict and deception. They are just doing it in a controlled, engineered way that they can control the narrative and lead people to the fountain in which they want them to drink from. When they're bringing down a major building, they don't just do a wrecking ball because you can't control where the pieces land. They normally do a control collapse so they can control how it comes down. This is what you're seeing in this world. The point that needs to be understood is that a new world order is coming, and they are not hiding it. They keep alluding to it, and there's so many different references by politicians, entertainers, our movies, our music. I mean, so many different references to it. For it to be something not understood or just pushed off as a conspiracy theory is just ridiculous. I mean, going just back to music, we can go back to John Lennon from the Beatles and his song Imagine, which was released in 1971. This was John Lennon's signature song and written as a plea for world peace. I mean, look at these lyrics. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. That is a song for the New World Order. He sung about it in the 1970s, over 50 years ago. Coincidence? I don't think so. I mean, I recently went back to an old song from my childhood, Tevin Campbell, or I guess Quincy Jones song with Tomorrow. And that is a complete song about the New World Order. But because it's just a good song with good music, it just sounds harmless, but it's completely wicked.
You know we're all in this world and we all can get along.
If you understand their goals and then you read these lyrics, you can understand what it is that they're suggesting and what they're promoting to you. I mean, just read those lyrics from that John Lennon song though. I mean, it's clear what he's promoting. And he says that he is not the only one. Here's the thing. For believers in the Bible to not believe in a New World Order, and they call it some unfounded conspiracy, is to also not believe in the full word of Yah and his prophecy that he tells us not to despise. His word tells us that there will be a beast that will rise and give everyone, rich or small, his mark. We know that the Bible tells us that this will happen. But what many do not do is translate it into practical thinking in regards to the world that we live in and how this will come about. Bible prophecy is not science fiction as it's promoted to be today. It is YaHuAH giving us an account of future history so that we will not be blinded to it. Everything we need to know about this world has been told to us in scripture. The problem is that enough of us do not apply it to our real lives. We use our belief in YaHuAH as a tradition, which makes it a religion, which makes the word of YaHuAH of no effect, which leads a door right in for spirits, principalities, and demons to wreak havoc in our lives, often without us ever being wise to it. Is because people engage in religion and not living for our Father in truth. To a believer, this should not just be a conspiracy theory, but an expectation of times eventually having to occur. It is not possible for YaHuAH's word to be fulfilled without all these events happening and coming together. It should not sound crazy to a believer there are people that work for the devil, desiring unlimited amounts of power and control given to them by helping their God set himself up as the one to be worshipped. In fact, it should be what everyone expects, because he says, if the world hates you, know that it hated him first. This should be a mere expectation of a believer. And the fact that all this is happening today, showing so clearly that we are moving towards this new world order, is actual evidence of the truth of our Creator and the scriptures and how awesome and wonderful he is that he has tried to tell us 1,000 years before it occurred. And so what you're seeing in this world has to do with this overall agenda. This goal is what is wrong with the world. You may have heard about this in church, but because they taught it to you under the pretext of a pre-tribulation rapture, you're still not understanding the players and what exactly is happening. There is no pre-tribulation rapture. Right now, if you don't truly understand this goal and what is happening, everything you're seeing right now will not make sense. If you're understanding that everything you're looking at is all about moving you towards a new world order, you can protect yourself. Review all the agendas. Everything mainstream is all about leading you to it, even if they're talking about leading you away from it. So this is where we must, if you're going to understand what is wrong with this world. And that's why this is part 1. If you don't understand what the main agenda is, and that you have people actively working to steer you towards it, you are not going to understand why anything else that I say after this will matter. It's important that you wake up and make sure you're not being led and steered by darkness. You must worship our Father in heaven in spirit and in truth, and reject the lies and the blasphemy. Yes, this world is moving towards a new world order, and it should be something that the world who does not trust in YaHuAH should fear. But if you are a believer, there's no reason for fear, but living in joy and expectation of the promises YaHuAH has for us, for our patience, and for us adoring. You must know YaHuAH and believe in him, and he is our only way to our Father in heaven. Understand what is happening in this world is all about rebellion against him, and you must walk in full power and discernment and redeem these days for YaHuAH. You now know what a new world order is and what it's truly about. It is time for you to truly make a decision for what you are living towards. As you can see, this new world order is coming regardless if you want it to come or not. Your only line of defense against it is YaHuAH. So put down your idols and the things you have placed in priority over Yah. None of them matter. It is time for you to do the only thing that matters. Believe in YaHuAH and make him master and savior of your life. But yeah, in summary, as we start this series, there is something very wrong with this world. This world is being led to the worship of Satan and ultimate rejection of our Father in heaven, YaHuAH. You need to know whose side you're on. If this is blessed, if you don't want to be a part of it, you must wake up now and make our Father and his kingdom your priority. For you, it's time that you get in the word and stop playing religion. We will continue to talk about what's wrong with this world by understanding how you have been able to be deceived for so long. So we're going to cover the matrix next. So please, go to part 2 of this playlist and continue to grow in truth and knowledge. Live your life in the truth and stay out of the lies. Because
YaHuAH is my refuge, I fear no night. No arrow in darkness will cause me fright. Shouting will not harm me. His truth is my shield. By his word I stand firm. I will not yield. They whisper with terror, yet they cannot say. For YaHuAH rebukes them and drives them away. His name is my tower. I run and I'm safe. Protected by power. No evil can fade. YaHuAH guards me. I call on his name. name. Shouting flee quickly, they can't.
I said to someone
I want to thank everyone
that the
for all
first thing that
support of this
Ashita will
ministry.
use against
I truly appreciate
many
the prayers and the
people
support. All the messages of
against
love,
many
understanding,
believers
overwhelming, and they truly bless me.
is one
As always, I
thing.
want to thank all who donate to this channel. Your donations are a sincere blessing to this ministry, and I'm extremely appreciative for your love offerings and support. Thank you. Be blessed.
They tremble
Okay.
before
Thanks again for
him
watching,
and
everyone.
scatter in fear, for he casts them out whenever he draws.
The first thing is distraction.
Hosts fights against
Because Ashita will distract a lot of people. The time that they have to come together and pray to YaHuAH, they will get distracted and they won't remember to call upon the name of the Most High YaHuAH.
presence. His truth is my shield. To lies of the enemy, I will not yield. YaHuAH guards me. I call on his name. Shouting flee quick.
Before a lot of people will remember that we have lived the old path, we have lived what we're supposed to do, will be too late.
YaHuAH guards me.
Because a lot of people will choose what they're supposed to do at the beginning, they will start doing it at last. And by that time, everything will look too late.
He breaks every curse and destroys every chain. The traps of the wicked are set up in vain. The idols of nations have breathless deceit. They cannot deliver nor stand on their feet.
Everything will look too late, because by that time that you think that what you can still do it is not time again. Everything will look too late.
His light makes them flee. His word is authority and deliverance for me.
For the people that they are wise alone, as that 5 million that bought their oil and bought extra,
Nothing shall
they are the only one that they prepared and get much prepared. Not just people that they prepared for just prepared,
fights for us. He
but you have to be prepared and get extra prepared.
crushes the devices of all who oppose.
Because what they're supposed to do from the beginning, they want to start doing it at the end. Start going out to get the oil.
YaHuAH
But when the bridegroom is near, is there already, for them to go back, the time is gone.
quickly they cannot.
That is why I said distraction.
Keeps me safe. In him I am free. Refuge and deliverer. YaHuAH guards me.
This word will distract you for you to forget the true way. You are going to feel scared of everything, and you will think that there is no other way
YaHuAH guards
except for you to follow them, to follow their way, and that is not the way. And that is why we keep shouting till what? Till everybody wake up and knows that everything we have been told, everything we have learned is a lie. For us not to do what we're supposed to do from the beginning at the end.
You are true.
If you are not joining the Righteousness Radio, you are missing something. Not just something, you are missing a lot. I want you to join us on our YouTube channel.
You make us stand.
YaHuAH is the Righteousness TV. Because that is where we are getting everybody prepared. No, not just prepared, but we are getting everybody extra prepared. And you have to know that we are here to get everybody prepared. And that is why we are sharing this message to everybody at every time that we have chance. Every time that YaHuAH give us chance to share it, we are here sharing message from different type of people, from different type of preachers, from different type of people on the Righteousness Radio.
We lift your name.
The new word order. I know a lot of people will say, you can't get affected. No, I can't get affected. Brother, sister, you are joking.
And the path
The only way you are not going to be affected is what? Once you stand with what? With the Most High YaHuAH.
stay guiding your people.
Because these people knows that a lot of people have been getting out of that lie and getting listen to the truth. That is the first people that they will come after. Because what you don't eat, what that thing that sounds as a poison to you, that is what will feel like the only solution for you. Just imagine telling you that what you left alone has said that you are not going to do is the only solution for you to survive. Will you do it or not? That is why I'm telling you, you have to be prepared. We are going for today on the Righteousness Radio, and we are going to be back tomorrow again on the Righteousness Radio. All what you have to do is just join us on our website, YaHuAH.com. Yes, go to our website. If you want to contact us, our contact information is there, and you can listen to our radio there, 24/7 radio. And on our YouTube channel, you can join us there, watch our videos. We are saying shalom to everybody that listening to us today on the Righteousness Radio. We are saying shalom to you. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Yeah, that is just the part 1. We are coming back with the part 2. By next week, Wednesday, we are going to be here with the part 2. Please keep listening to Righteousness Radio. We love you all. We are saying shalom to you. Thank you all for listening to Righteousness Radio. Thank you. Shalom.